Well, as we look down the range, we are preparing ourselves for the bronze medal match in the fun mixed compound event. It's exciting, it's very fast, one man, one woman on a team, and it's really taken to the audience. Of course, it's the losing semi-finalists who will shoot off first for the bronze medal. And as you can see, Italy at the top lost out to Denmark, and it was a shoot-off between Turkey and South Africa. And the Turkish team lost out there, so it will be Italy versus Turkey for bronze in the mixed team event. And here come the athletes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the mixed team bronze medal match. Shooting on target number 2, representing Turkey, Yesim Bostan. Muhammed Yetim. And their opponents.
Well, there are the Turkish team, and they're here to support Yesim Bostan, the 24-year-old, with also 24 years old Muhammed Yetim. They're up against Italy. On the left, the 32-year-old Marcella Tonioli with 40-year-old Sergio Pagni. A very experienced pair on the Italian side, but a young and talented Turkish team. Mackenzie?
I think Italy is definitely favored to win for this match, but again, anything can happen. I think, like you said, there's a lot of talent on Turkey's side of the field, and they have the home crowd advantage. I think their family and friends are here to cheer them on and might give them that push to be able to edge out Italy.
Well, we're just about ready for this bronze medal match. Turkey on that target 2 will get us off the mark. Now will that crowd get behind them? Cracking start for Bostan. On average 20 seconds per arrow allowed. In fact, it's 80 seconds in total. And the Turkish pair have left themselves with a couple of seconds spare, so we switch over to Italy. Well, Italy scored the same as Turkey, but they are 10 seconds shy of the time left for Turkey. I wonder if that's going to play a part in this first end.
So I think what you can expect from the Italian team when they first step up is I think Marcella is going to step up on the line and shoot a really fast shot and then hop off the line quick, because her first shot was a little bit slower than what she's used to. Sergio is a slower shooter. He likes to take his time. He likes to finesse the shot. So I think that Marcella needs to give him that opportunity, because that's what makes him such a strong teammate.
Well, they've got an opportunity here to go 2 clear after the first end. It was a quick one, but only 12 seconds left on the clock. And this setup is going to have to be quick. He's going to have to release fast here. it does, and that's the result. And where there was an opportunity to steal a couple of points, Italy have lost a point. Mackenzie, do you think it was all down to that very first shot from Tonioli?
I do think so. I think she held a little bit longer, and when there is wind to contest with, it's so crucial to keep to your timing. Even speed it up a little bit, because then your arrow is way less moved by the wind and affected.
Yeah, and here we have a comparison of those first arrows. 4 yellows all above the horizontal line of the spider, and the Turkish arrows all below it. Grouping slightly better from the Italians, but that long hold, and in fact, we saw Tonioli's hair just wavering, her purple hair wavering in the wind.
She definitely likes to use her hair as an expression. It changes all the time, and it's super cool to see how she changes that.
Well, it also gives us an indication of how breezy it is and how consistent the wind is out there when she's shooting. So the arrows have been retrieved from the first end. It's very difficult to describe. That gives you some idea of the distance they're shooting at, but trust me, when you're standing on that shooting line, for mere mortals like myself, it's very difficult just to see the target. That was quicker and straight down the middle.
And see, if you look at the clock that's counting down on your screen, it shows that she took 20 seconds, which is what, if you are sparing about your time, is what you take per archer. Same for Sergio.
Yeah, so she's afforded him that time.
Yep, they've left themselves a little bit more time than they did on that first end.
So the Italians have zoned in. What can the Turkish team do? So their first arrows were all a little low. So they've made some adjustments.
Nove ore 4. Sì, un po' bassina, un centimetro dalla riga.
Sergio still cut a little bit on his time for his last arrow, but I think he has enough time to put one in the middle.
Sì, Sergio, sì.
Just like that.
Well predicted there.
One thing that's fun to watch on compound form is how everybody manipulates the release aid. Everybody does it different. Everybody uses a different type of release aid, so that most of these people are shooting either a hinge or a button. The Yetim from Turkey is using a hinge, and something that's interesting is his release aid is really far out on his fingers. He's got very little curl on the release aid, so I think that's just for him to be able to micromanage how he's making that shot go off.
Well, whatever the aids are, they both scored a 39 in that second end. Turkey keep that lead of just 1 point. And a very, very good start from Italy. Just dropped the single point on the third arrow. Turkey recovered from the first 9 to score 2 10s. Here is Tonioli's starter. And here's the 2 10s that Turkey scored at the conclusion of that end. 39 apiece. but Turkey leading by the single point. So we're at the halfway stage of this mixed team bronze medal match on compound Saturday here in Antalya. The third stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. And it's Italy up against Turkey. Marcella Tonioli started the match with a slow release, which put the Italians under pressure. Now she has to shoot her finest arrows.
Still really good. I think, again, just a little bit long on the hold. I think she can maybe pick it up a little bit, but if you're hitting a 10, why change what you're doing?
And you think it's all down to this breeze. It's just started to get a little, well, it's not regular, it's not a constant breeze. There's a few blustery moments every now and again. Perfect score though from the Italians. Put the pressure on Turkey.
Biraz süremiz fazla gitti.
And they match it. So something like a 1-point lead is where you're seeing if Turkey makes a mistake by shooting a 9 or something along those lines. And Italy is really trying to stay perfect at this point. Both teams are trying to stay perfect, obviously, but right now it's kind of seeing who's going to make the mistake, because I think both teams have found the center.
Yeah, they seem to have zoned in, but there's very little time left here for Pagni. Oh, it gets a 9.
Better result than the last arrow he had a crunch for time for.
He got an 8 in that first end when time was against him, a 9 that time. But it is an opportunity for Turkey to extend their lead.
Çok güzel. Güzel.
24, she really is a class act, isn't she?
Yeah.
3 önemli. 10.
So a term they use in golf is pro side, which is into the wind, and that's where Yesim is she's sitting on that right side of the wind, because we have the cross right to left wind. Just impeccable shooting from Turkey there, perfect score.
Elinize sağlık. Güzel seri.
Fist pumps all around, and you've got to say the crowd here have been very respectful of the opponents that Turkey have faced, but they're now starting to get a little bit more lively, and that perfect score, well, here it is, gets them off the mark. And Yesim Bostan really is a class act. She's so solid, and she's matched by Muhammed Yetim, who's really stepped up to the mark at this event. Just checking her arrows there.
Hadi bakalım. Hadi güzel.
Well, it looks like they've cleared the targets now. The range is all but ready to shoot. The fans, young and old, are enjoying not only the weather here in Antalya, but also the fine archery that they've got, and of course they get to support a home team. Italy, though, they're well up for the challenge. Trailing by 2, this is the final end of the bronze medal match in the mixed team event. Mackenzie, I've noticed that not only is Tonioli's hair a different colour all the time, the sight and her fingernails are also painted different colours. And
Yeah.
a teammate here has got a yellow sight.
So something along with being perfectionists as archers is we really enjoy color coordination. We have a choice, most of the professional athletes, when we get to order new equipment, what's our color coordination going to be? How are we going to make everything match together? And it's really fun to do and try to come up with something unique. So I think the Italian team is definitely matching it up.
Yeah, I'm down for it. Bostan there with her
I think that
turquoise.
9 will have an asterisk next to it just because it is so close to that 10 line.
Well, that one's in the 10. Yeah, I noticed that Bostan's bow is turquoise to go with the turquoise coast that sits just to the right-hand side of this target range. Big arrows here from Italy.
Attaccata l'altra, 9 alla 2.
Not happy with that. Pagni will really want a 10 here to put some sort of pressure on Turkey. Gets that 10, but a 1-5-2 to finish for the Italians. Well, Turkey with 2 10s can get a 1-5-5, so they have wiggle room, and Yesim Bostan will shoot first. Pressure all off now. An 8 is all that's required to win for Turkey and take the bronze medal.
Kısa yeşim.
Well, look at that. He gets a 9. That's more than enough. And Turkey, well, they win 1-5-4 to 1-5-2. And really, it was all about the very first arrow from Italy.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a good portion of that, as well as time management and wind management. There were gusts out here on the field, but not anything to aim super far off for. And so I think that cost the Italian team a couple of points, and Turkey capitalized and ends up with the win.
Yeah, it was a brave performance after that long first hold from Tonioli, but there is confirmation that Yesim Bostan and Muhammed Yetim of Turkey have taken bronze on compound Saturday in the mixed team event here in Antalya.